RP gamers, and welcome to another episode of An Hour to Impress. Today we'll be taking a look at Epic Battle Fantasy IV, a game that is just as generic as its title suggests. In fact, it's really just a battle system wrapped around a really bland, almost non-existent story, filled with memes, and some actually surprisingly decent graphics. It's actually so bland and generic that there's not really anything to actually talk about or show you until a boss battle I run into in the last 7 or so minutes of play. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip right to that boss battle before we even start talking about it. Ready? Here we go. So like I said before, there's not really a lot of story here. The main character goes out, beats these guys up who stole something from her village, and then they join her in battle for reasons which are never really fully explained and aren't very good in any case. Honestly, there's not really a lot here. I really couldn't follow it at all, and I don't think you're really meant to. All the dialogue is just jam-packed with memes, and more memes. So it's really kind of stupid in that way. Even just wandering around the world map isn't really worth talking about at all because it's about as boring as you can possibly make a level design. Each level is a part of a grid, sort of like really old Legend of Zelda games. But there's no real design to it at all. You just move from one area to another. You can find enemies on the map to fight, and it's almost just like an excuse to get into battles. There's no real point to it at all. So when I say this game is really just a battle system with other RPG trappings sort of wrapped around it, I'm not kidding, because that's all it is. The battle system is the only thing of note about this game at all, other than the pretty decent looking graphics. And even then, it's a pretty typical RPG battle system. I mean, it doesn't really try to do anything particularly exciting or special. It's pretty much your standard turn-based combat. Your characters gain new skills as they level up, which you can select from a variety of skills to improve. And there's a decent sort of elemental weakness system at play here. And there's also summons, which can have a variety of interesting effects. But for the most part, it's just you take your turns, you beat up the enemy until they die, and you move on to the next one. I really don't know what else to say about it. I will say that the game could have been a lot better if the developers had taken the time to actually put in like a control scheme that made sense for PC, like using a controller, because this is a menu-driven RPG, and it's very obvious that it was meant for mobile devices because playing it with a mouse is extremely tedious. Instead of having the option of just using a controller to select your attacks, you're forced to click, 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 click with the mouse between all the different menus, and it's really time-consuming and annoying just to go through even simple battles. So yeah, sorry guys, this episode was kind of a wash. I was honestly enamored by the graphics when I first picked this up on Steam, but after playing it for an hour, I am not impressed, not even a little bit. I wouldn't recommend this game to anyone. It's bland, it's boring, it's just not worth your time. If for some reason you decide to give it a go, it's available on Steam for a regular price of $12.99 Canadian. And as always, thanks for watching. They actually compared this game to Golden Sun in the Steam description. Why would they do that? God.